Good morning and welcome to a new vlog. So I don't know what I'm gonna get done in this vlog because you know what I did last night? I stayed up until midnight cleaning because this whole weekend I didn't do anything. I just was not in the greatest mood. I wasn't motivated, none of that. And I meant to have a video talking about my dad because it was his birthday over the weekend, and I didn't even get to do that. And I just, so I told myself I'm gonna have like a Sunday reset, but I didn't record it. And it was from, I think it took me 3 hours. I folded all the laundry. I am doing laundry today, so I will be doing some more laundry. I'm doing my laundry. But I folded all the laundry. There's laundry on the table. That is all done. And then I have my laundry in the washer. It should be done, so I can put it in the dryer now, actually. I'm going to make some peanut butter toast, and then I can take my iron pill. And eventually, I'm going to actually... This fly is driving me crazy. I'm gonna actually try my black tea. My husband's like, all tea is black tea, babe. But, so I was seeing, it just like randomly popped up on Pinterest. You know how like they stalk you and they just know what you like? They go off of what you type in. But something about tea came up, like all these different kinds of teas. And I know like chamomile is good for like calming you, and you know what I mean, but I didn't know anything about black tea, and it had a picture of black tea on there, and it said black tea is good for energy and focus. So I'm gonna drink some of that later today and just keep up. I swept the whole house, well, the main, everywhere but the bedrooms and stuff, and I mopped last night. That was the very last thing I did. I did all the dishes. I do have to empty the dishwasher, but it feels good. And I actually put away things that I thought I was going to take care of right away, like pictures and stuff, but I don't have a place for them yet. I don't know what to do with them, so I put them away, not on a chair. And I just feel so good this morning. So anyways, that is what I'm up to today, just hanging out. I'm going to talk a little bit about my dad and all that for his birthday, even though it's already passed. But yeah, welcome to a new vlog, and I hope you enjoy. So in one of my old vlogs, I decluttered kind of, but I cleaned my youngest son's room, and there was a bunch of coats on the back of his door. This was one of them. I was going to get rid of all those coats, but I went through them and decided which ones I was going to keep, this being one of them, and it's super comfortable. Another thing I do is if I'm getting rid of my kids' pants, like if you have teenagers, just check, especially boys, because boys could actually fit your clothes. Like I'm sure if my daughter was a teenager, I probably would not fit into her clothes. Who knows? But I like to take the jeans, some of them, and cut them into shorts, because I feel like even though it's cold, but if I'm at home all the time and my home is warm, I feel like really productive and feel like I can just move around a lot quicker without getting real hot too easily in shorts. So I do that too. Yeah, I think it's cute. It's not like too short, you know, it's like perfect size, and it has like, I don't know, it's just, whoops, no wonder. Just cute and warm, and I like it. Kind of a weird way to, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm kneeling on the floor, but I don't know why. But anyways, I was gonna tell you guys that I cleaned last night, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have such a good morning, and I am. But when you have male dogs, they like to pee on things, right? Well, my husband woke up, and I'm thinking like, I made his coffee, and he has a big cup. So I made, you know, like it took a while. I try to always make his coffee in the morning at least, you know, that's the least I can do. And I'm like, he's gonna have a good morning. He's gonna wake up. The house is gonna be clean because he didn't know I cleaned it last night. And actually, like, I did a good job. You know, I didn't just do the minimum. But anyways, he all of a sudden he's I can't even, okay, hold on. All of a sudden, he's like, what the hell? And he's holding his foot above his croc, which is a shoe, for those who may not know. And he's like, are you kidding me? Jack took a huge pee in his shoe, all around his shoe. And so I just figured I'd tell you guys because, for one, you may see the Crocs in the sink because that's nasty, but I did clean them the rest of the way in the sink after, you know, I cleaned them the first time. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm not explaining myself, but I am explaining myself because this is not the channel. This is the channel where I'm not hiding stuff, okay? If my dog pees in my house, you're probably gonna know about it. I'm not gonna film him peeing in the house because he's so sneaky. And even if I, but I don't know. I just want to let you guys know, if you're new here, I'm gonna talk about real life stuff. And it may be anywhere from like dogs peeing on your stuff or not so good days, because this is real life and I'm not trying to portray my life to be some like magical, you know, thing. This is a channel where I kneel on the floor before you and tell you my dog peed in my husband's shoe. But it's funny because like I'm thinking this whole time like, oh, he's gonna have such a good morning, and he stepped in pee. He's like, it was so warm too. Anyways, I'm gonna eat my toast and finish making my coffee, my second cup already, and I've got to switch my laundry over, put some other laundry away, and tend to my daughter. She's shaking her. Okay, so no, Jack, no. I just gave her an animal cracker, and this is what she does. I told her no immediately because I knew she was going to try to feed the dog. Look at her. Good girl. And she was trying to stick it through the little fence here, the baby gate, to look. She knows it. You okay? Catch her in action. Look at her dancing. Anyways, the other day, my husband got her 3 little pajama sets, and they're so cute. They are Christmas. They're Christmas ones, but he's like, yeah, the only kind they had was Christmas, and he got them at Walmart. But I was like, I don't care. Like, they're so cute. I don't care what it says or what, you know, holiday. I don't care about that stuff, but it's so cute. Especially pajamas. Like, who cares? If someone's really worried about, you know, that kind of stuff, it's just kind of like, well, at least she's warm and she has pajamas. Jalen Ray. Okay. Hey, now you can probably give it to him. You want to give it to Jack? What's funny is she just could throw it right over it, but she wants to feed it to him. Jalen Ray. Okay, anyways. Okay, also, if you're new here, I just am getting into, like, making... Really? Get it, get it. I am getting into making sourdough bread, and I'm completely new at it. So I had a sourdough starter. I did the whole 7-day thing. I did the whole week with the sourdough starter, and I was actually I wasn't sure if it would work because it didn't rise as much as I thought it would rise, or I thought it should rise. Like, I don't know, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following whatever I can find on the internet, obviously, like everyone else. But it was bubbling, and I was like, well, the only way to know if it's actually working is to try to bake with it, right? But I do not have a Dutch oven. The closest thing I have to that is a crock pot, the crock pot insert, you know. But I didn't use that. I looked it up and I was like, well, do you need a Dutch oven to make sourdough bread? And everyone's like, no, you could put it on a cookie sheet. And you could put it on a cookie sheet, and then when you put it in the oven, put a cookie sheet on the top rack so it's like acts as like a lid. But the thing is like my sourdough was so like long. I'll put up a picture of how it looked before I baked it, and it just kind of still looks the same. And I think I oiled the pan, and I think it like soaked up some of the oil or something, because it was like just weird looking. I don't know. It tastes okay. It's kind of hard, so I'm obviously going to go about things differently for the next time that I do that, but overall, it worked. That was what I wanted to know. I wanted to know if it was working, and it did work. So anyways, you guys can check out videos. I didn't really have like one whole video dedicated to the whole thing. There's plenty of people that make those videos that actually do this all the time. Why would I want to be like, I don't want to come off acting like I know about something more than I do know about it. You know what I mean? Because I noticed a lot of YouTubers do that, and I'm just not one of those people. If I know something, you will know, because I will actually be telling you. But I will always tell you, I'm not a professional. This is my first time. Like, I'm never going to act like I know more than I know. So, anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. I feel like I'm always in my kitchen lately. Also, I got these rings on Temu because Temu tricked me. It's like, oh, get up to $250 or $400, and it just kept going up, saying like within like coupons, $400 or whatever in coupons. So I got this ring. And the thing is like, it just kept telling you to buy more and more. So I did end up getting the 2 rings because they were under $1 or about $1. They were under $2 for sure. Why is it not focusing? But I basically picked them for no reason. But I mean, they're cute. I always kind of wanted a mom ring. I think it's cute. And this ring is huge. It's not my favorite, but I do like how it has sunflowers on it. Anyways, also I have the pop-up tent in the bathtub, and most of you probably already know my dog totally peed on it again. And it's funny too, because I just put it out for my daughter. I mean, like, you know, like after the last time I cleaned it and stuff, I just put it out. And not too long after it's been out, like, she went down for a nap and stuff. But then the next thing you know, it's peed on. I'm like, are you kidding? So, fun times. So I have to, like, after I cleaned it, I let it soak in the bathtub, and then I drain it, and I let it soak and drain it, and then I have to clean the bathtub just in case, because there's no way, you know, I don't know. It just, I feel like it needs to soak in hot water, and this is the only way I can do it. So that's just what I do. not really loving it, but it's just gonna have to be like that until I figure out something else. I'm gonna get my daughter out of her high chair. She's done eating. She needs to go down for a nap. Okay, so I actually switched it around. I took down the pictures and I put the chair next to my little desk shelf thing, and I put the chair on top of it, or the chair. I put the tree on top of the chair. I'm not loving it, but for now, that's just gonna have to do. So I wasn't really planning on decorating for Christmas, but I could not stop thinking about this little tree. And I just want it inside because I feel like at nighttime it'll look really pretty. So I might actually put a little table in the corner to set it on, but I do like how the chair looks away from that. And I don't know, this area has always been like a problem area in my home. It's just kind of like a huge long room. But anyways, these pictures are what I had hanging up. I thought they were really cute, just simple. The moon and sun and birds and mountains and whatnot. And then I found this. I just find these online and I just print them up, but I thought that was really cute. I thought they all kind of go good together, but I do love how in this room there's only like one picture, and I just think it looks fine with nothing over there. I don't know. But, I don't know. I always change it up over here. These darn flies, man. Well, I actually put my daughter down for a nap, but she is not going to bed. So, in one of the other vlogs, or the last one actually, we went to the pumpkin patch. And we didn't go in the corn maze. I was like, oh, there's a corn maze over there, and we didn't even go in it. So, even though my youngest son isn't here, I think maybe we'll just, I don't know, I want to go now. And maybe we'll just go another time when he's home because he's at school right now. But I think my oldest son and Jalen and I are going to go to the pumpkin patch because she's not sleeping. At least maybe she'll fall asleep in the car and then she'll wake up through the whole corn maze. So that's what we're going to do right now. But I do need to charge my phone for a little bit before that happens, and hopefully she doesn't just pass out. You know, it's always like the weirdest timing when you have a baby. It basically like kind of in a way controls what you do. Like if she falls asleep, you can't do certain things, or if she does fall asleep, you can do things, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna charge my phone, so that is hopefully the plan, so we'll see. Okay, so I got Bluey on in the background for my daughter. I just emptied the dishwasher and I'm laying those out to dry a little bit more because when I run the dishwasher, I only let it go for like the energy saver mode. So instead of drying those with a towel, I'm just gonna let them sit on a towel, let them dry out. The dishwasher is looking like that right now, and no dishes in the sink. So that is the load of laundry I gotta fold, and I've got more in the wash that I'm gonna switch over right now. Just started that, and y'all, I'm not playing when I say my daughter is a Houdini. She just escaped, and here she is playing with little dog toys. That's fun. So I'm gonna go grab her real quick. For real? Okay guys, so I don't know how much of that I actually recorded. And this is actually more enclosed than I thought it would be. Okay, I lost them. That sounds so scary. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm officially freaked out. Ah! I knew I heard you! Freaking me out. Okay. This little booger. Are you scared?
Smiling, I think.
Okay. I hear something. Huh. It looks like someone fell there. Huh. I'm so creeped out. Normally these are fun, but I'm creeped out. And that's why. So when the wind blows, it's creepy. Are you whistling because you're freaked out? Okay. Listen. I heard you. Show thyself. Are you in there?
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, jeez. Oh, I thought I seen someone. I'm freaking out. I gotta get out of here. Oh no, it's getting worse. Wait, I was here a second ago. Shh. Run. Run. Nowhere. Or no one. Nowhere. Oh. Oh. Stupid scarecrow. Nobody cares. Oh, it's getting shorter. Hello. This sucks. I'm seriously lost. Okay. Okay. No, it just ran and left me. Okay. Ouch, that was my arm. I see you. I can't breathe. Hey! Really? That's messed up. You threw corn. That's mean.
Just to scare you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pee my pants.
What?
Can you imagine this at nighttime? With flashlights? Or even without? Oh, that'd be scary. Like in the moonlight? Ooh. That'd be creepy. Alright.
Sorry, am I throwing you down?
Alright. Oh my goodness, look at. They're all smushed. Not all of them. Huh?
Got a plane.
Oh yeah. I can't really see it from the glare of the sun, but alright. We're not gonna get none, but we do need to carve ours tonight.
No.
Well, at least tonight. It doesn't have to be right now, but... Okay, so we're home now, and I feel like I have to hide in the bathroom to do this portion of the video because it's just so noisy out in the living room. But as I was saying in the beginning of this video, my dad's birthday was over the weekend. And I talked about my mom on her birthday. Their birthdays are both like the same month, obviously. If you've been here, you realize. And I don't want to just talk about my dad just because I talked about my mom. The thing with my dad is, and if you are a dad, Or if you are a teenager that feels like maybe you just don't understand your parents, mom or dad. I tell you one thing. So for me, there was a lot of things that, like parenting things, that I didn't understand why my dad would be the way he was or do the things he would do or the reasons for any of that kind of stuff, right? Until I had my own kid, which was still pretty young, granted, but I mean, I didn't realize everything right away. Like, it's just funny how once you are a parent yourself, every single thing makes sense. Like, oh, this is why my dad did this, or this is why my mom did that, you know? And the main thing that comes to mind when I think about my dad is I'm really grateful that my dad didn't just give me like the female jobs to do, like chore wise, you know what I mean? And he didn't just he didn't like make my brother be the only person to mow the lawn. And I swear there's people out there that are like that. And I don't think it's good, because it's like you're preparing those kids to be married, and not every kid is going to be married. Not every guy is going to have a wife that is cooking for him, or not every female is going to learn how to cook. You know what I mean? I think it's really important to raise kids as like thinking of them as being single. If you think of it like that, not that that's what you hope for them, because I'm sure people want grandbabies, but if you think of it like that, and I don't know if that's how he thought about it, but I think he just did a really good job on teaching us that it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. You know, it's something that you may need to learn how to do. And so he taught us, like, we both know how to mow the yard. I mean, of course now, like when we're older, but we both learned everything together, like every single thing. Anything that he would teach my brother, he would teach me. And, you know, the other way around. And I'm really grateful for that now. Oh, I'm so out of breath. I'm tired of standing. Hold on, let me get out of the bathroom. So I'm just really grateful that, you know, he took the time to acknowledge that, like, hey, maybe I won't have a man around. You know, because, I mean, and even if I did, like, that does not really mean, especially these days, that maybe men don't even know how to mow the yard. And you know what? It's fine. It's not as hard as it seems. Just like start it and push for the most part. And then you start to like get good at it and get picky and try to make it actually look good. But for the most part, it's not as bad as it seems. And that's one thing that I'm like so grateful about. The fact that, so I guess in a way, I've kind of always felt like not your average girl. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm different, you know. I'm different from other girls. Like, no. What I mean is, I was raised by my dad. But when people think that, they think the mother had no part in it. Or if I said I was raised by my mom, or I grew up living with my mom, then they would think the dad had no part in it. It does not matter who you live with. The other parent, well, in my position, like for my kids, like just because my kids may not live with, you know, the other parent does not mean that parent has no, like, I don't know how to explain it. I cannot think of the word I'm trying to say, but basically it doesn't mean that they have no part in raising that kid. You know, you don't have to live somewhere. And it's the same thing with grandparents. So here's my thing. I'll get back to what I was saying in a second. But here's the thing. No one ever thinks about this. If someone is like just a jerk, like you run into a jerk and you think, man, your parents messed up, you know. But it's like, you don't know if that person was only around his mom, only around his dad, not around any of them. Maybe the grandparents raised them. You never know. Every single person has an influence. There you go. Influence on a kid. And even though they may not live with that person, that doesn't mean they're not in some way, shape, or form like you know, making them like who they are, I guess. I don't know. I am like horrible at words right now. I totally didn't even want to pick up the camera for this part because I'm just like so tired from the corn maze. But okay, so back to sitting on the floor. I guess what I'm trying to say is both of my parents did a good job. But the thing is when you are a teenage girl and you're living with your dad, and the only one I had besides him in that house was my little brother, you kind of end up being a tomboy. It's just like you can't even help it. And I feel like I never could like really get along that well with girls, and it's just because I never had that sister kind of bond. I do have a sister, but I don't have any bond with her at all. I like met her once when I was 2. You guys, most of you know that, but anyways, it's a long story. But the thing is like, so I feel like I never really got along with other girls, and it's really hard for me to make friends because like, pretty much like, I don't really care about all the stuff they talk about. I don't care about all the drama and all the things that they fixate on. And I feel like I've gotten a little bit more feminine as I've gotten older, and especially I noticed a change in me after having a daughter, and I don't know if that could just be a coincidence, but I don't think it is. And the thing is I'm actually really grateful because I feel like one of the differences is like I'm the type of girl that's not afraid to try to do something myself. Because I tell myself, if the guy can do it, like, then why can't I? What is the only thing keeping me from doing it? And if that's just because I'm a woman, like, yeah, I know I can't do every single thing a guy can do if you want to be all technical. But for the most part, I mean, how do you think all these guys got to the point where they are? You know, they actually tried. They figured it out. Okay. It's like my husband. He knows how to do a ton of stuff. And it's not like he had people just teaching him. He was really curious about it, and he did all his research, and he practiced, and he trial and error, and that's just what you do. And I am thankful that my dad gave me that kind of perspective, and I've just never felt like that I could never do anything. And it's a good feeling, and it's really important for men to teach their daughters that they can do everything too. And the same thing goes with sons. Like, it's really important for mothers or fathers, whatever, to teach. It's important. It doesn't matter, son, daughter, you know, it's really important to let a child know that if they really want to do something, they can do it. They may fail a bunch of times at it, but they can keep trying and they will get better. But I just wanted to say that, Dad, I love you. Happy birthday. You did a great job, and I'm so thankful that you didn't just kind of like push me to the side because I'm a girl and, just ignore the fact that like, oh, well, you could have treated me like, oh, well, she'll find a guy, and he'll just do all the work. And granted, I do have a guy that can do a lot of this stuff, but I feel really lucky that I don't feel, lost. Like, I feel like I could try to figure it out too. And it's actually really, what is the word? Not invigorating. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of anything. It just feels really powerful, I guess. It's very empowering to know, or to not have that doubt, to not grow up having that doubt is very empowering. And if it wasn't for you, I would not be as strong-willed as I am. And I know that is so true because I've always remembered that, and I've always thought about that. Anytime I want to quit, I think of, the way you raised me, and I just wanted to thank you so much for being the best dad that a girl could ask for. And I love you so much. Happy birthday, Dad.